what's going on, dudes and dudettes? It's Pip Surfer with another daily update for the Cowabunga system. Today is Wednesday, February 24th, 2010. Hope you all are having a great day, and I'm just going to jump right into today's update. First things first, if this is your first time watching this video, you're going to want to click on the link right above it that says if this is your first time visiting this blog, read this first. If you click that link, it's going to give you the rules to the system, and you're going to want to read this whole long page, and then read it again and digest it and really get familiar with it. And once you do that, then come back and watch these videos, and it's going to make a lot more sense, because otherwise if you're just walking in here blindly, you're not going to know what's going on, and these videos aren't really going to be helpful to you. So that's my recommendation and my disclaimer. But if you're a regular here, I just want to welcome you back. Thanks for sticking with the videos. Hope they're helping. And thanks for all your feedback and comments and all that sort of stuff. And thank you again to all the people that really help me out in answering. That really does free up some of my time. So I appreciate that. Appreciate all the help. So now I just got my charts open. I have a 15-minute and a 4-hour chart open. I'll open my 4-hour chart so you can see what it looks like. And I move it back to before midnight. My most recent trend change candle happened yesterday during our trading session, and it was for a downtrend. Since then, we haven't had any new trend change candles, therefore the trend is still down, and we're only looking for short trades. And this again is before midnight. This is what my chart's looking like. So at the start of my day, I'm only looking for short trades. If I move my chart forward, you can see not much movement going on, but again, there's no new trend change candles, therefore our previous trend change candle is still in place. So there's still a downtrend, and we're still only looking for short trades the entire day. And again, it's pretty simple when there's no trend change candles in the middle of our session. That's the only time it can kind of get a little bit confusing, but not too bad once you get the hang of it. Here's my 15-minute chart. Before I start trading, again, I want to take a look at my news events for the day. You can go to babypips.com, click on this Tools tab. Just make sure this time zone drop-down bar is set to the correct time. For me, it's -5, and it should automatically pull up the news events for the day, but just make sure that it is on the correct day as well, because you don't want to have the wrong news reports. And trust me, that has happened to me, so it never hurts to double check. Again, we're just looking for news that affects the sterling or the dollar. In this case, not much going on today. Really the only news events that I wanted to watch out for were the new home sales and the crude inventories. The NBA mortgage applications aren't really that big a deal, and crude oil inventories aren't that big a deal as well, but I like to keep that in mind. But new home sales is pretty important, so I kept 10 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. Eastern time as my news times to watch out for. So pretty much what I'm doing here is I'm just going to write that on a notepad and keep it handy just so I know when the news is coming out. And you can do the same thing, or set an alert or anything that reminds you of when those news events are coming out, because the rules say that we don't want to be in the market when news comes out. Alright, so now I'm ready to start my trading day. I know I'm only looking for short trades. I got my news events ready, and I'm ready to start my day. And again, I'm just looking for short trades, so the first thing I want to see is a crossover to the short side. And here I get one. This is at 2:15 a.m. R size below 50, stochastics trending down. If I zoom up on MACD, you can see that on the candle before, it was already negative. And again, the rules state that MACD has to be positive on the candle before, and losing value or go from positive to negative. In this case, the candle was already negative from the candle before, which means that this is not a valid signal. So I would not enter here because MACD doesn't line up. You can see that it did make quite a nice move there, but again, no entry for me because the system didn't quite match up. Again, I'm only looking for short trades, so you can see a lot of range movement here. Here we get a crossover. This is at 7:15. R size below 50, stochastic trending down. This time MACD was positive from the candle before, and it has gone slightly negative on our entry candle. So this is a valid entry. You want to enter at the close of the candle or as close to it as possible. In this case, it's 54.38. Our stop's going to be at the most recent swing high, which is at 54.76. And in this case, I wouldn't even mind if you put it at 54.60, because you can see that we've had quite a few touches around that area, and this big spike there just doesn't really seem like a valid support, a valid resistance. And you can see that even going back to last night around 8 p.m. Around 10 p.m. you can see that this makes a pretty good resistance line at 54.60. So in fact, I would prefer that you put it there at 54.60. And again, if you put it at 54.76, that's okay too. But again, you want to look for a good resistance area. Most of the time, the most recent swing high or swing low does good enough. But sometimes you'll get these random spikes, which really doesn't give a good representation as what the market is thinking. So again, 54.60 is a good resistance level there. So I'll just keep my stop at that. You want to enter again at the close of the candle, which is 54.38, and your target will be at the nearest 0 or 50 level. In this case, it's 5400. So it gives us about 38 pips of potential profit. This candle closes at 7:30, so my news isn't until 10. I have a lot of time there before my news comes out. But again, if I'm not out before the news report is about to happen, then I will exit whether or not I'm in profit or loss. So I'll continue to watch it. You can see we get very close to hitting 5400. In fact, we get as low as 5401, pretty close there. And some of you might have just went ahead and exited. And actually, that's okay. You can see that for the past 4 candles, it just barely hit it. So you could kind of tell that momentum wasn't quite getting to 5400. So I'm perfectly fine with you exiting there. Again, for the purpose of the blog, though, I'm going to stay true to the system rules and not exit because it hasn't quite hit 5400. So I'll continue to hold it. Again, there's 9:30, 9:45 again. So the trade kind of went against us, but I know news is coming out at 10, so I just want to exit no matter where I'm at. And again, I know I'm exiting here. I know I'm not going to win on my trade, so I'm just going to try to capture as many pips as I can. The candle closes at 54.29, so at the absolute latest, that's where you want to close at. Now, I went ahead and just used some discretion here and went and exited at 54.20. Just because I wanted to capture some of those pips because I knew news was coming out. So news is coming out at 10. There it is. And you can see it starts to make some noise, a little bit of noise there. Again, we're still watching the markets now, though, for a crossover. And we get really close there, but again, it doesn't happen. And as I'm doing this, it's about to hit noon. So again, that's pretty much the last trade for the day. So again, a small win. Maybe you got even more when you saw the momentum dying down there. Again, the system rules are in place to give you a foundation, but don't be afraid to use some discretion. You do have a brain for a reason. And again, just look at the whole picture in general. And I think today kind of gave good examples of where you can use discretion at certain times. So again, hopefully that helps. Rewatch this video if you kind of got lost, or ask questions in the blog or in the forums, and I'll try my best to answer them. And that's it for today. I will see you all on the next update. Cowabunga, dudes.